Okay, I am back, and I think I'm going to have to start factoring in maybe half an hour of troubleshooting every time I log in, because I could not get this thing to initialize again, the video software. But we're up and running after 2 restarts, so I'll take that as a win. Anyway, we have Proto Gonzo here. I'm going to fill out his legs and his arm. His leg and his arm, and pattern that out today. And then basically I'll be done till Tuesday, when I'm going to show this to the guy I'm building it for, and get some feedback and see if it works. I'm not real happy with how tight this is, so I may change out the foam here on Monday, just to see if maybe that'll cause it not to be quite so stiff. But we'll see. And now, with no further ado, I also checked my blood before I started, so I shouldn't have the problem I had yesterday. I do have some notes. What's left of my sketchbook here. It's an old sketchbook. I know the arm is 13 inches, and I know that the leg base is going to be 3, and the bottom base, I have that written down, I believe, is 2. I don't know the length of it, however. So let's start with the leg. Based on what I have, I know it's going to be 3 inches in diameter here, and I know it's going to be, I think it's 2 at the bottom here. And the length is going to be, let's say 12 inches. So I'm going to make a quick pattern. And then cut the foam. And this is just construction paper I get at Home Depot on a big old roll for like $15. It lasts me forever, but it's great for patterning. It's great for protecting surfaces. It's great for gluing onto. And well, I know a lot of people use the craft paper you can get at the 99-cent store or at Michael's. It's a little bit thicker and doesn't seem to rip as easily, so that's why I like it. Okay, so you can see this is a little behind the scenes. This is what my camera looks like above my my workspace, and I'm here too. So anyway, sorry about that. It shouldn't be for very long. Okay, so I know that it's going to be 2 inches at one end. So I'll mark that. I also know there's going to be 3 inches at the other end. What did I say? That was 13 inches? 12 inches? I already forgot. Let's make it 13. Oh my gosh. I'm tempted to just, you know what? I know I ate something. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to turn off this whole thing. Otherwise, it's going to drive me crazy. They did adjust my settings on Monday, so that might be part of my problem. Why it picks this exact moment to do it every day, I don't know. That's 13 right there. And I do know that it's going to have to be curved. I'm just going to eyeball a curve here. But this is how you find the shapes. Yeah, I'm feeling fine. I did eat something before we started, and of course, just as I started, my blood sugar alarm went off again. But I should be fine. We'll see. I turned off the sensors, so. Thanks for asking. Okay, we'll see if that works as a leg. I think I'm going to make, actually, I'm so zoomed in. I'm going to make it out of garbage, or out of upholstery foam now. And then test fit it, and then alter it if I need to. Yeah. Something tells me I might have a problem with Dr. Phil Van Neuter taking care of me. This is just regular polyfoam right now because I'm kind of patterning it. I'll probably make it reticulated when I make the final. But again, I'm still really just finding the shapes right now. I do have some reticulated right here that I can test it with. You can make puppets out of this. It's just going to make it a little heavier. It's going to make it a little the seam's a little bit more apparent. Something tells me this is not big enough. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this, I'm going to glue it, and then see what I like, what I don't like about it. Have you, just a second, I have my respirator in. Have you looked up upholstery shops in your area? They may not have reticulated, but I bet you they'd have upholstery foam. I never bought anything from Joann's. It was too expensive, and I didn't like the quality of their foam anyway. What I mainly used Joann's for was clothing fabric and interior fabrics. Bought a lot of blizzard fleece there, anti-pill fleece. I assume polar fleece and blizzard fleece is the same. I saw it listed as both. I'm talking to Antron Geese, which is he must be coming through YouTube or something. I'll try to remember to read comments while I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm sure Brian's or the Muppets are so desperate for money right now. Now that they've gone through all their auctions, you might be able to convince them to do that. Have a cameo channel. Yeah, eventually I will probably stop posting to Facebook because I think it's kind of a dead end. So watching through YouTube is probably your safest bet to keep up with all this. All my wonderful drawing, all my wonderful YouTubes or videos here. Now the fur will add more bulk to this, but it still looks awfully thin to me. What I'll do is I'll just kind of massage this. Then make a new pattern. Yeah, that might be right. I use this website called Restream so that I can post to several different at the same time. And that might be it. I can see everything, but I don't think all of you can see everything. Okay, so here's my original pattern. This is the one I cut out. So I was pretty close on that one, but I had this wrong, this end. So I'm going to adjust the pattern. All right, that should be as good a place to start as anything for the leg. Now I'll bring out the reticulated foam and make a final one. And hopefully I'll have enough to do the arm out of the other half of this. Okay. Like I said, I think the Muppets are so hard up for money right now. Or not the Muppets, but uh, the Henson Studios are so hard up for money. They probably should start a cameo channel, the official one, to give people pep talks. But probably wouldn't be free. Okay. Hey, Dave Baker, how's it going? I'm good. I'm good. All right. Okay. So I am going to take the leg off this body I've been working on here. Oh, I should put a little bit of glue. Okay. Okay, Dave. So, Dave asks, arms. Is that what you're working on? No, these are the legs actually, but I'm going to work on the arms as well. At least the prototype arm. Let me. And it's real easy to make these things too thin or too thick, because the fur does add a lot of extra bulk to it. Okay, so I'm just gonna pinch that up. Okay, so now, and I can tell already this leg is too long. So I'm going to adjust that. It's going to be right about. And the trick is to not cut the shoelace. So I'm going to actually. I'm going to unseal this very end of this, and I'm going to cut it. Try and keep these shoelaces out of here. All right, there we go. Now I can do a little Charlie Chaplin dance. All right. So, Gonzo half-inch foam leg, and this is 12. And since there's no taper to the arm should be a little easier to do. Now, I was shocked when I saw the one I was able to take a look at, that his legs are basically just sticking out straight from his body like this. But I think he had him set with a dull joint. Maybe I'll do that right now. Yeah. I'm just talking to myself. I'm just going to pin it right now because I'm not sure of the placement on it. All right. Well, already that helps. That helps him a lot. Okay. I know you can't see anything. All right. I'm going to make the arm now. And the arm is just going to be 3 inches straight. So I shouldn't have to make a pattern for that. And I know it's 13 inches long, too. And how do I know that? Because that's the measurements off the Terry Angus one that I have. I got the eyelids. Yeah, they work. They don't work great, but they work. A lot of it's going to be that. Ethan asked, "Did you get the eyelids working?" And yeah, they work. This is just upholstery foam right now. I'm going to change that to L200, and I'm also going to shift the eyes forward about ½ an inch, which should make the fulcrum a little bit easier to do. I'm also thinking about changing this to super soft foam. Thanks to Dave talking about it, instead of reticulated, because I think it's a little too stiff. But I have to get some before I can try that out. Other than that, I mean, it works. It's one finger, so it does work better when I do it left-handed. I think because my index finger is a little stronger than my pinky, but I may put a trigger on both sides just for that ability to do that. I know that the real one has just a single in the, that's worked with a pinky, but at least that's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true. There's so much lore. Who knows? And really, there's a million ways to do everything, so there's no real right way to do anything. Unless it doesn't work. Then you can rule out that as a wrong way to do it.
I don't have any super soft, otherwise I would try that. I don't really use it because I tend to just waste it because you end up having to cut it so many times. But if I had some, I would try it. I hate that I'm going to have to buy a whole 1/8 sheet of it just to see if it works. But the barge thinner. So Dave asked, how do I like the barge thinner? It does help when you get to the bottom of the thing, the bottom of the jar. I mean, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other, I guess. You're spending $30 on the barge thinner to save $30 on the on buying another can of barge. But I think in the long run, I'll be able to get maybe 3 times as much glue out of the canister by adding $30 worth of barge thinner to it. So I think it was a good investment. I could probably start putting some fur on this if I could actually find the bad fur I want to use. I know kind of where it is, but I don't feel like trudging through it yet. I would like to at least pattern the head and probably the arm and the leg because I want to make sure the clothes fit it. I'm probably the most confident about the patterning on both of those. I probably will not glue this right to that. I was going to glue it right to the wrist, but I probably won't now that I think about it. Well, now I got one. I needed a little bit longer shoelace. I use these short ones I got with the Olaf thing, and oh well, it's going to be just long enough for this test. Oh, but you know what? I don't need an inch of this. I can cut an inch off of it. I'll tell you why, because I'm going to leave an inch here at the wrist. Okay. I guess his arms are this long. Just a second. Sorry, I know you can't see anything. All right. I realize it's just one side of it because like I said, I don't know that this is right, so I'd rather not waste all the extra material making a full mock-up.
So yeah, it's getting there. Okay, I'll tell you one other thing I can do. I do have a neck tube I can put on this because I have an extra one. It's one that didn't work because I have the. I think it'll fit. Yeah, it'll be tight. Yeah, we'll try it. Have you seen the new Swazzle pup pets and the new build video? I have not. If it looks anything like Eddie, though, I'm going to be upset. Oh.
And the only reason I'm putting this on the mock-up is because I know it's not any good. Like, actually, I don't even need it. I don't need the respirator on right now because I'm not gluing yet.
I know that it's not going to work because I made the jersey mesh part a little too short, and that's why I even have it. Is because I used it on one and it didn't work, so I took it off. But I can use it on this to make sure everything all kind of aligns. Okay, good. I won't send a cease and desist to Swazzle then, like I would. Okay. Actually, I'm going to change. I remember now that the way I've been doing this is I've been sewing it first, and then gluing it after that because it makes it for much cleaner. I don't ruin a bunch of pins that way. I'll probably only be able to sew it here at the front because this upholstery foam doesn't take sewing very well. This is that pattern that I have on my site. This neck sleeve. I need to add more patterns to that site. But I've been too busy working on my melon pool site, which has been exciting. I can't believe that comic is getting some traction finally. I've pretty much decided that at the beginning of 2026, I'm going to start live streaming in the morning, drawing. I'm going to start working on melon pool again. So something to look forward to. You can hear me complain about the comics industry more than I complain about as much as I complain about the puppet industry. I should get some upholstery thread for stuff like this, which take a lot of wear and tear. I have no idea what my next live online. I have a lot of. I have 6 commissions I need to get done by February, February 15th, 13th. So I'm not sure what my next live streams are going to be. Um, uh, Probably, actually, one of them in January is going to be building another Olaf, but it's going to be an Olaf puppet version that you actually got me the job for, which is amazing. So I might live stream that because it's another one of those ones that nobody cares if I show their intellectual property. I should start doing this. Is I should have 2 prices. One price to keep it off my live stream, and one price to keep it on or have it on. Like if you want me to, if you're okay with me broadcasting it, I'll take $1,000 off the price of the puppet. But if you want me to keep it secret, then you got to pay full price. I think that'll be what I'll do. Because it does help me a lot to be able to do these live streams. It basically has gotten me pretty much every bit of work I've gotten since in the last 6 months was all directly tied to this live stream of me building stuff. Because I think nobody really knew who I was. That was kind of the thing. Is like I've always been a designer in the background for BJ's jobs and other jobs. But nobody really knew me as a builder or as a designer in my own right. So I feel like this has gotten the word out a little bit that I'm actually somebody who builds stuff. Not just a pretty face, I guess. Most of this video is going to be me trying to thread this needle. See, if this was longer and this fabric was actually stretchier, I could have gotten this all the way around the head, but I think I'm just going to tack it in the back and glue it and hopefully hope for the best. And also, because this is the upholstery foam, it's not really going to sew into it real well. Now I'll put on the respirator. And now I'll. Hey, Captain Westbrook. Thank you. Thank you for saying I'm the best kept secret.
The best story I have of me being recognized came from my brother, who was living in Austin, and he was working at the Dell plant, the Dell Computers plant, and he worked the night shift loading dock. And he got this late night delivery, and that should just hold. He got this late night delivery,
and the guy saw his name badge, said Dave Troop, and he says, "Oh, Troop, that's the name of my favorite comic strip artist." And my brother goes, "What's your favorite comic strip artist's name?" And he goes, "Steve Troop. He draws this comic called Melonpool." He goes, "That's my brother." And my brother had to call me the next day, tell me all about it. All right. So Captain West Brock says, you gave me a fantastic idea years ago, Melonpool eyes. Oh, thank you. You know, honestly, the Melonpool eyes, that just sort of evolved over the years. It started off as me drawing the Smurfs or putting Smurf eyes on my characters, and then they just kept getting bigger and bigger as I did more and more expressions. And after a while, it was like, oh, you know, this is my style. These giant eyes. Bill Watterson helped too. Or becoming obsessed with Bill Watterson helped, I guess. I've never met him. All right, let's see what we got here. Again, he's just got one arm and one leg. But I'll have to see how this body compares to the one that is there, but it looks a little big to me. I think he needs to trim down a little bit here. Maybe just in the front. I think Gonzo's going to go on a diet real quick. See, this is what this stage really is for, you know, experimenting and getting things right, not being afraid of messing up good materials. When I bought my first batch of reticulated foam and Antron fleece back in the day, it sat on a shelf for like 2 years before I finally used it because I was so afraid of ruining it.
All right.
I just made him a little bit thinner in the front. Not a lot, but it kind of took that curve out of it. Probably not noticeable to anybody. I had a safety pin in here. What happened to it? I've been stumbling over that safety pin for days, and now I can't find it. It's got to be right here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. And I'll put a ring on the, on the bottom of the real one. But there's a lot of puppets that I've seen, professional puppets that are held together with safety pins, so it's not outside the realm. Let's see. Neck looks a little long. It might be okay. This is a good place to start. We need a mirror so you can see the whole thing, but hello. Yeah. They used to do a decent Gonzo. Let me see. Oh, Camilla, my pet. That's terrible. I lost it. I hope my uncle who owns this theater sure isn't going to like this. That's terrible. All right. Well. Okay. On a happy note, you should attempt to do Jeff Garcia. Who's Jeff Garcia? On a happy note, you should attempt to do Marfalump, if you know who he is. I have no idea who that is. I found a jacket for Johnny. Actually got it free from the thrift store, and it's brand new. The cashier just put it in the same hanger as my other item and included it in the price. It's not double breasted. Oh, that's fantastic. You're Johnny. That's great. I can't wait to see it. Reshaped his chin and jaw, and so he's closer match. I've decided to go with a closer match to his hair also. I'd love to have included a mech, but I plan to sell him and don't want to trouble or put it in time. Yeah, I know what you mean. All right, well, I think I am, aside from maybe covering some of it on Monday, I think he's done for now as far as the mock-up page the stage goes. It's great when it works. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's not terrible. Just trying to put these eyes through the paces. I think they need to be shaped a little bit closer to his head, which I could still go a little bit closer, I think. Just a matter of doing it without breaking it. All right. A little more gravel. So like, you think it, oh, Camilla, oh, Camilla, oh, Camilla, my pet. Oh. I'm hopping. I can get my hand in there. I'm hopping mad. I'm hopping mad. I'm hopping mad. Ah, I'm hopping mad. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm overthinking it. But really, you know, there's quite a bit. There's quite a bit of movement in it. This leg is out of control. I really think you should have wire all the way through his leg. I'm gonna have to talk to the guy about it because I think the way his is set up is it's stuck here on the leg, and so it can just kick whenever he moves it, which is what he wants. And maybe I'll just do it that way. A second. May not be quite done yet. I've pretty much blown through all my doll joints, but if I have one, I'll try it. See if it works. Here's a washer for it. Let's see what I got. Yeah, I don't think I have any doll joints left. Maybe I'll go over to Michael's and pick some up because if I can find them there. But if I think the way to do it, the way that it is on his, is you put a doll joint. Basically, you sink a doll joint into the leg, and then you snap it on, or basically you put the flat. Let me just draw it. I think the way to do it is you have his body, you put a hole, you put the doll joint through the hole on the back with a washer, and then you put the stop, you glue that into the leg, and then you just snap the whole thing on. I think that's the way his is done. So it would be, that's the lock washer piece, and then this is the foam, and then you got the washer, and then you have the whole thing that goes through. And I think that's the way his is done, and I think it would work with this leg. So I think I'll mock that up on Monday as well. But you could have seen it today if I had a walk. I had a doll joint. All right. Well, thank you. Thanks for saying he looks great. I'm actually pretty happy with the way he's turning out. You know, I know the problems that are. I know the parts that are problems, and I can address those on the next build. But I never thought this thing would be as close as it is already. There was a lot of anxiety about getting started on this because, you know, it's so easy to get them off model. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with them. So anyway, alrighty, I will see you guys on Monday. And I'm glad I popped on because I think those legs and arms help